Welcome to the crack of dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi, your hostess, just making sure I have plenty of white for this episode. And we are going to continue with the hydrangea painting. Now, what happened is I went home and I just added a few things. Then I went on YouTube, like a lot of my artist students do. And they're like, oh, I saw this lady on YouTube. She was great. And I went on. Totally, the lady made it look easy, like Bob Ross. And then I tried it. Oh, disaster. But eventually, what I'm going to do is show you her technique. Her name was Donna something, Donna D. And it was great. So I'm going to do that. And then what I did is my vase, or pitcher rather, is clear. So if your vase or your pitcher is clear, your background color is going to be exactly what's in the background here, okay? So I've got a variety of paints out, and I've got my one brush, which is great. This time I'm using like a pointier brush, okay? This is called a round brush. It goes pointy, it can draw lines quicker, but it's not a flat brush, like for instance this one, which has a flat. But this one also can draw straight lines and things. So these are very good, especially for background, bigger spaces. So what this Donna lady taught me is she said to take the brush. I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use this one. It's a flat one. It's got a little stray brushes going in it, but that's okay. You know, they always do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it. I'll go with the blue ones because I started off there. So I'm going to take the white and I'm going to take some blue. And what she said is to leave it sort of like this instead of mixing it. Just leave it like that, so you have blue and white. And she said you go ahead and just put in a flower leaf, but start at the top and then push down and bring it over. And that's one leaf. And then she said do it again. And then do it again. And do it again. And so if I keep doing that, I thought, you know what a great way to do it. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put this in, okay? Again, not mixing all of it, and putting in different leaves just by spinning the brush and making 4 different, like hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it really works out really nicely. A lot of times you can go on YouTube and you can get so many things, you know, just like how do you draw grass? How do you do this? How do you do a house? How do you do a barn? And so there's a lot of great ways to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work a little bit on the background, because as I was saying to you know, the director here at the Nutmeg, I was saying to him that, you know, it really doesn't matter who has the most experience or who's the best artist, who's been taking the lessons the most. What matters is, in the end, whose is the nicest to look at. So you have to think about it that way when you're painting. So I'm going to try to make this look like a wooden table, a little bit better than what it looks now. So I'm going to mix this. This is like a yellow ochre mixed with a Van Dyke brown. Mix that together, and I'm going to put in a nicer sort of wooden background, a wooden foreground rather. It's going to look more like wood. So I'm going to put in that. And same thing with yours at home, you can do that. You can leave that, that's called dry brush. It's when you pull the brush over and it leaves these dry creases, which also looks like wood. So you can use that as a very good resource when you're doing your painting. Okay, so I'm going to put that in and just go along with yours, whether or not you do a small one or a large one, it doesn't really matter. We're going to put this in here. Then I went to Lake Compounce with my kids, loved that place. But go and thank me later. Go in the rain. It's fantastic. Nobody goes. I probably just ruined it for 8 towns. But nobody goes, and no lines. But people figure, I'm not going to waste my money in the rain. But you're not wasting money. It is so great. You just have to dress perfect. Ride after ride after ride. You just go on them, no lines. So I love it. Okay, so in the middle of the vase, as you can see, I made it brown, and people get very nervous about doing that, but it is the color of whatever it's sitting on, so it has to be brown. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to go like this and get that over there. It's going to be a little darker than it was before, but I really want my vase to pop, and I want it to look nice. And then I want to give it away, so it'll be a great gift, which is nice. And again, I can do a dry brush over that, which kind of looks nice, makes it look like real wood. which is very nice. I think I'm going to go back in, and when you pick your background color, a lot of people use black. A lot of people use a tan. You know, this one girl in my class, Pat Scrow. Oh, Pat was using this, doing a black dog, but behind it was a very, very nice, like sort of teak color wood, and it was gorgeous. So I'm going to take the black. I'm going to do my background more black just to define it, to make it look better. Because, you know, for 24 minutes, we need to finish this up so that next time when you come on the show and you flip on channel 5, which I think is most people's channel on Nutmeg, you flip it on, you're going to see Ron from Ron's Automotive. I just got to figure out what we're going to paint. Probably a, I think it's called a Porsche SRS or something like that. We'll paint something really groovy, really great. So I'm going to put this in. Now the hydrangea has very pointy leaves. So if you go like this and make a few lines going in the same direction and then bring it down, it will look like your leaves are pointy, which the hydrangea leaves are very pointy, very. So I go in, now the more water you use is going to spread the black more. Oh, which reminds me to my husband, he'll never watch the show, I'm sure, because he's always at work in Norwalk, but please paint the shutters black mixed with green because it makes this really nice blackish green, which looks great on my black house. I mean on my white house, with the blackish green shutters. So this mixed with that is exactly what I want on my shutters. But sometimes people paint their house and it looks so much better. Like they change the whole color. They go from, you know, you think a blue house, is someone crazy painting their house blue, and then it looks gorgeous. Like my neighbor's house. Hi, Marie. I love the blue. Anyhow, yeah, it looks just so nice. Paint's a great thing. Paint's always around. You can paint a picture, paint your house. So as you can see, I'm making sure to paint the sides too, because when you put that on a wall, it looks so much nicer, you know, if you paint the sides. It just looks more of an older feeling. Now around the sides of my leaves here, I'm going in a little, and see I have this pointy part of my brush. So when I go around here, I can sort of go in a little, and it looks like a leaf, or a leaf rather. So that kind of works nicely to do that. And that's one of the things you can do. Again, I'm going to make pointy leaves on the hydrangea, so I'm going to go in and then just connect them. And then that makes my painting at least nice and crisp over here on this side. But watch when I fill in the bottom. Okay, I still have more black paint because it's got messy. It was thrown around the car. It was brought to paint class. You know, it just got messy. So I'm just going to fix it up. So I'm going to put all this black. You know, I don't recommend a black, you know, background all the time. But for this one, it was already kind of there. So again, I'm going to take that in a little. And then I'm going to pull this down. You know, and anybody can really paint this. Everybody in my class is doing it. Guys, girls. I mean, considered seniors, but I'll tell you, some of these ladies, I don't know how they do it. It's probably the genes. I notice the Polish people live forever. That's what I notice. It's only what I notice. Obituaries, you know, I have a habit. Oh, it's that, the celestial, what is it called? The horoscope, which is, you know, if you believe that, you know, forget it. But I do like to read it, because sometimes it's, you know, have a fantastic month, it'll be the best of your life. It's like, oh, this sounds pretty good. Okay, I'm running out of black, so let's get the black and let's talk about product, okay? Now, when my husband used to sell Sherwin-Williams paint, it was all about Sherwin-Williams. Now he's at Pittsburgh Paint, so I love it. But I don't care where you work. It doesn't matter. These two, it's just like a matter of opinion, who you voted for. Same thing. Blick never disappoints. Liquitex, I'm trying to think where I got it. I think AC Moore. I don't really notice the difference, but I do notice when I use Blick, it's always good. And the store is a riot, sort of like Stu Leonard's, okay? It's not just about the groceries. It's about the experience, the chickens flying around, the cheese talking, the lobsters twirling on the trampoline or the trapeze. Just so much fun. When my kids were little, I loved it. That was my hair mixed with the mic. Sorry. Okay, so back to the painting. I'm going to go back now that I have, oh, I forgot to put the black. I put white instead. So the black paint is what I need for the background. You know, and don't be cheap with the paint. Put it out. It lasts a long time. Okay, now I'm going to put more black, and I'm going to just go around the whole painting. Again, making my leaves pointy, which is a big part of what a hydrangea looks like. All hydrangeas have those pointy things. Whoops, I didn't make mine so pointy on that one, but I'll make the next one pointy. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the black, and then this will be a nice painting, you know, and then you do another one. You try another hydrangea. See how it works. But they're good, they're nice paintings, they look nice on mantles, they look nice Cape Cod, nice little gift for someone. You can paint your own, you know, no need to buy mine. Do your own. Although you could buy mine. I would love it. 244 Main Street. Ooh, buy some Irish sweaters and zip on over to Dawn's. All right, not bad. The leaves are kind of pointy, so I forgot that if you're going to have them a little pointier, they're a little more pointy than that, so you can kind of make them a little pointy. Okay? Now I'm going to go over here. I do like the green, because this is the kind of shutters I want right here, a little blacker, but blackish green shutters. Oh, I just love it. All right, I'm going to point it in. So I'm going to go like this, make a few of those, and then make them pointy. Whoops, I missed it again. That's all right. And then when I'm going around things, I always say to paint the background first and then the foreground. But sometimes you just want to crisp it up. So I'm crisping it up, and it's going to look great. I might leave a little bit of the green background because it kind of looks nice in certain areas, not everywhere. Okay, and as you get to be painting, you'll remember that if it's driving you crazy, you know, you don't want it to. This is supposed to be fun. And it really, we have a great time in paint class. It's so much fun. So I've got my black. Again, I'm leaving a little green just for a little character. Going around, and plus it could look like other greenery in the background. Then we're probably almost done, like 10 more minutes. So let's see, what else was I thinking of? I'm definitely going to ask the mini golf guy to come on and paint pictures with us. I love that mini golf place. It's such a great place. We've got so many great places around here. It's just incredible. Farmington, Avon, Simsbury, Canton, Burlington, Berlin. Oh my God. All right, again, I'm going to go around my vase and crisp it up. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to crisp it up. See? Looks a lot nicer. Take that across. And then if I take my fancy spray can from Walmart, spray that thing. They have all different brands, but you can get everything anywhere. And people always say support your local stuff. I absolutely do. But, you know, spray paint is not very easily disposable of. So, you know, you don't buy that from the local farmer. I'll take 6 ears of corn and some, you know, Valtech spray can. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in and do my background, because that is the background anyway. Then I'm going to show you how to make glass. It's not that hard. Although I'm not an expert, because you know what? I go in galleries, I think I'm so great at art, and then I'm like looking around like a fool because these people are like crazy. So I'm just going to put that around. People say, oh, you didn't bring it all the way up. It doesn't matter. It kind of looks nice like that. So I'm sort of leaving some. It's like Pat's painting a dog. Yeah, I get it. The dog's black. But when the light hits the dog's head on the top, it's not black anymore. It's gray. Oh, but the dog's black. And she gets it, but you wouldn't believe so many people don't get it. Okay, here, I'm just going to pull this down. And then I'm going to do here. Now again, don't let your brush dry out sometimes, because you need to fill up these areas. I'm going to do this one. But you see, sometimes it just crisps it up and looks so much nicer. If you do that, you can just kind of erase it with your finger. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to put that in there. Again, I'm going to use the point of my brush to make a leaf, a pointy leaf. And then I'm going to do another one here. Maybe another one there, and put that over there. And it's already starting to look way better than it did. Ooh, just a bit. So, and if you're not, you know, satisfied with your painting, don't worry, because these become gifts. You know, oh my God, I forgot the wine. Oh my God, I forgot the pasta. You know, grab this thing that you can't stand and you're so mad that it came out so bad. Throw it in the car with a big bow in the corner and then sign it. And then that's your gift. It's perfect. I give them out all the time. People love them. They don't have to be perfect. They can be semi-nice. Okay, now I'm going to try to make this look like glass, but in the meantime, this black is still drying, but black dries the fastest out of like any paint. So we're going to let that dry, and what I'm going to do, whoops, I'm stepping on something. Okay, thanks. Ha! Okay, we've got some great timing here because we're almost done. And then when we come back, it's going to be Ron from Ron's Automotive. I think we'll paint a Jaguar, SRS, maybe 1973. So near my house is Dick Blick. But also, there's this guy. Look at how good the petals come out on the palette, and then I can't make them look good on the canvas. Anyhow, next to my house and Dick Blick is this guy, and he runs, I think it's called Farmington Motorsports, and I keep meaning, I've painted his cars before, but I keep meaning to drag the easel over because he parks them in a row, and they have these enormous hoods, and they're really cool. So they'd make a great playground if you ever threw one in the backyard for the kids. So I'm gonna go in, let this dry. I better sign it now because while we're waiting, I may as well sign it. And I'm gonna show you how I sign things. Again, another way to sign things is you can take this big goopy thing of brown and you can just slide it across here. This is a very easy way to sign, especially if you're nervous. Then the paint is wet. So watch what happens when I just draw on it. Now I go by Nolan Lombardi. So I'm just signing into the paint. Am I worried that it's perfect? No, I'm worried that it's signed. So I just wrote into the paint like this so you can see it. And then I can go over that so it doesn't look so bad. And you know, now it's signed and done. So another way, whoops, I didn't get any on the floor, don't worry, Nutmeg TV. Very neat. So anyway, when that dries, your name is like encrypted, embedded into the paint. It dries that way. So even if you go over it, it's still in there. It's sort of like engraving. So what I'll do is as we're wrapping things up, I might have Bob come join me next week because he's just in the studio all alone. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to keep going while we're wrapping things up. Please tune in every time you see me. I'm not sure what time we're airing yet, but I was so excited to hear that I was going to be on and working with such a nice people from the area. Okay, so I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow ochre with white and then a little bit of blue, and it's going to give me this aqua-y, nice whitish, yellowish blue. Very, very light. Might take a little bit more, so I'll put some more in. And as you can see, this is a nice color here that I can make leaves with. And again, the lady on YouTube said put a little of another color in, a little in one thing and a little on the other side. So a little bit of yellow on one side, a little bit of blue, and make the leaf. So I'll make a couple of those, like she said. And we'll just finish up, and I'll see you next week. I can't wait. I love it. Even though I don't love my painting, guess what? I love it. I love it. Dawn, that is pretty lousy. I love it. You know? Just wait when I finish. I'm not going. I'm not done yet. So I'm going to go in, put a few more of these in, try to make my flowers kind of come alive. Is looking nicer by the minute. And then there's no way I'm working on it any longer. You know, you have to have a limit. Now, if you're a perfectionist, you can work on something as long as you want. Me, there's a limit. I'm like, I've had it, I'm done. That's the end of it. And she did have a couple going over onto the other flower, which kind of looked nice and real. So I'll just do that and see if mine looks real. Not as real, but close enough. Put this here, a couple petals, and put a couple petals going around. Balance it out. And thank you for tuning in. Once again, I love Nutmeg TV. I love, oh gosh, I love a few. I love the old time fiddlers because my mother used to like that. I like anything in black and white. Oh, I love the cooking shows on Nutmeg TV. I love Art with George. Somebody told me that he has passed. I'm not familiar with that, but I was very sad to hear that because he's very good. Okay, I'm using cerulean blue here. That is going to go in, and that's going to make these petals look a little bit pointier. And maybe a little blue. I've had people have these as their wedding bouquets, and they're gorgeous, but they do not smell. So if you're looking for fragrance on the wedding day, would not be the hydrangea. Beautiful flower, though. You see these Cape Cod, mostly Martha's Vineyard. Very pretty flower. I'm going to sprinkle some in here. And when it's done, I'm giving it to Chris, and then he can like hoard it for his mom, put it on his wall, or whatever. Now, I always tell people get very, very, they get very into saving their art and not giving it away, and that's fine. You can get attached. But me, no. I get very excited to get it out there. Love it. Every time. Yeah. So, can't tell if we're done yet. I think so. But you're just going to end up with a better painting if you keep letting the reel go, which is great. Mom is going to have something nice for her house. Well, my hydrangeas won't bloom. That's nice, something nice. Hopefully I'll go home and they'll look better, because I have nothing on my hydrangeas, and I have 10 bushes, 10 plants. Always looks nice, she said, to go over into the other plant, like that. I'm like, okay, do that one. Oh, it does look nice. I like it. Okay, I'm going to take some green. I don't know if I'm still rolling. Am I still rolling? We're doing an hour here now. Okay, green. Now, I only have this green. If I mix it with some yellow, watch what happens. It's going to be a nice, mossy green. Now I'm making it into like a lime green by adding white. And I am going to put that. I don't really know if it's going to work, but I'm going to see if it will brighten up some of this. And I could even sneak a little into here, because sometimes this white one turns, it's got that yellow in it. And that's what happens to the plant. It kind of shoots through and looks really nice. Then I can mix this with that and some blue. And I can go back. I don't really like that what I did there, so I'm going to cover that up. But again, I can straighten out these things. I can make them pointier by going like this. Yeah, so I can do that. And it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. You just kind of, whoops, that one's a little too long, but don't worry about that stuff. That kind of stuff doesn't really matter anymore. Then I'm going to go over here. Am I still going? I can't tell. Okay, I'm going to go like this. And sometimes if you want to make something pointy, you can pull it down like that and then not worry about it so much once it goes like that. And then I'll do the top one here. Pull it out like this. Make sure you got plenty of paint on it. And then I can pull it out like this. And then it's starting to look nice. Okay, I'm going to take some blue, mix it with green, which makes aqua. Makes for a very dark, nice leaf. Again, I'm going to make this one go in. And that one go in. Kind of getting that shape of the hydrangea that's there. Put in my sticks. We'll put some kind of cool color there. Oh, we're still going? Oh, wow. Okay. Putting on some aqua. So mix that up, throw that in, okay, and I'm gonna put that just to lighten it up on the bottom. Okay, we got a little bit of time here. Cerulean blue mixed with this green over here, ton of white, and watch what happens with this. It's gonna look fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna go along the bottom like this and make it like a really nice kind of bluish. And then I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna put a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit touching there, a little bit there. Throw some in here. A little bit in there. And then what you do to make some real looking glass is you take a brush, a flat dry one, preferably bigger than this, but that's all I have. I have plenty of white. Dip this into here and make it so it's a dry brush. So you're gonna wipe off most of it. And then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna start it right where the rim would be, and I'm gonna pull it down like that. And then I'm gonna do it again here. And then I'm gonna do the rim over a little bit here and add a little bit more white under here, a little bit of white here, a little bit in the back to show that there's a rim around the bottom. And then I'm gonna put a little bit in the corner here, but I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of this green, a little bit more blue. I'm gonna put this nice bright blue right here, a nice line of it. And that's gonna look really nice coming off of the hydrangeas on the top. Then I'm gonna put another one right here, going down. And I'm gonna put another one right here on the rim. And another one even lighter, like baby blue. That one's gonna go right here and right there. And then we are done. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. I love it. Keep painting. Don't give up. It's like cooking. It's great. Better.